Bill Belichick all of a sudden is very chatty. Have you noticed this? He did an hour and a half with Pardon My Take, and then he shows up on this Sean Hannity podcast for an hour and a half as well. I don't know what else he's done, but he's doing more media now than when he was trying to promote his book a year ago, because that CBS interview went off the rails, and I think that caused him to say, screw this, I'm not doing much more interviewing, especially when I can't control the questions and the overall interview environment. But I did a little poking around last night, and I don't know this to be factual, and please don't sue me, Bill Belichick, but there's a theory out there. There's a theory, there's a belief, there's a suspicion that this is a deliberate PR strategy aimed at the Gio Lopez type of concern about Belichick, making football not enjoyable. We didn't talk about the Gio Lopez quotes.
Yeah,
we
right.
did that on a Friday with Holly. But Gio Lopez, who was the quarterback last year, started 11 games, transferred to Wake Forest. He had some things to say about how he didn't enjoy football anymore. He didn't love football anymore being in Bill Belichick's program. Lopez's dad had some things to say. There's an issue there with recruiting because the players and some of their parents may not be thrilled with Bill Belichick's methods, because these aren't grown men. These aren't adults. These are guys who should be out shotgunning beers.
Well, yeah, and listen, even the grown men were getting a little tired of that shtick and that way. It is a changing, it is an evolving, process when you talk about coaching and coaching young men, whether it be college or the NFL. So you got to adjust. We know that. And we see the new age coach is a little different. The new age coach can, like we've talked about, can kind of yell at the guys, but be buddies and drink a beer with the guys too. That's what they're capable of doing. The McVays, the Shanahans, the LaFleurs of the world, they can do that. So it's a different age as far as how you approach it. And I'm with you, Mike. There's no doubt. It's a PR tour. It's a rehabilitation tour. It's Bill Belichick. Nothing gets done without deep thought and a plan of attack. And why are we doing this? So yes, it certainly crossed my mind of why he was doing it. To your point there, I was just going, hey, let me get out there with the young guys again, the young kids, Barstool, all that, and get some better vibes and talk about me so people can realize I'm actually pretty cool and funny and whatever else, and I can show a different side of me rather than, that faction of people that think it's, on to Cincinnati, no days off, all that crap that, yeah, I'm sure still, scares kids away, and they've heard those stories before. And then, of course, Gio Lopez doesn't help that situation out at all.
The interview on Pardon My Take was very good. I watched almost all of it. He was very entertaining. He almost came off as a human being during that period of time. I will say this, though, as Carmine Lupertazzi once said on The Sopranos, a Don doesn't wear shorts, and I'll leave it at that. But he was very entertaining and different than what we're used to seeing. He wasn't grumpy. He wasn't grumbling, which shows he's making an effort. Someone is telling him, hey, Bill, you can't be this way anymore. You got to go out here, and you got to convince these people that you're not an asshole, and then once they sign on the dotted line and show up, you can go back to coaching them the way you always have. But will he change his methods on the practice field? That's really all that matters. This is all what he's presenting in these interviews. The question is he going to be different in the meeting room? Is he going to be different on the practice field? Is he going to be different on the sidelines? Time will tell. The Hannity thing was surprising because Hannity started going off on last year's CBS interview. We're not talking about that. And how did you meet your girlfriend? What a rude and inappropriate question. How'd you meet your girlfriend? Remember we talked about that last year. The whole thing was ridiculous, and Hannity got him whining and complaining about that. He should have said, I've moved on from that. That was a year ago. I'm on to Cincinnati. But he took the bait and complained about the editing and deception, and it's a bad look. It's a bad look. He wants the full transcript. My understanding is, and I don't know if this is right or wrong, and there's only one way to find out, play the whole damn interview. He seems to think the whole interview would reveal that the thing was manipulated in some way. I've heard from people who believe that if the whole interview was played, it would just confirm all of it and make him and her look even worse. But there's only one way to find out. I don't know the truth. We don't know the truth. Play the whole video. Put the whole video somewhere and let people decide. If Bill Belichick's still going to complain about it a year later, then let's see it.
Yeah, well, I would think there's something there that they don't like, that they don't want people to hear. There's obviously, yeah, definitely. So it's an odd situation. I mean, listen, Belichick, for everything we always talk about and what I've said about him, he's the greatest coach in American history, in sports and all the sports, in my opinion, and everything he's done there. But yes, does it feel like he's made, some mistakes or just not calculated things the right way, or gone down a road with a few things that I thought, oh man, Bill Belichick would never do that? Yeah, definitely. It's a little odd that way, certainly. And then, we'll see. It is a big year for Belichick in North Carolina, and we know that. And, to your point, when you're tough like that and you're going to be on guys and you're going to have players say that football isn't fun and all of that, that's where we always know it's the story as old as time. You got to win when you coach like that. We didn't hear stuff like that out of Nick Saban in Alabama because they won right away. But we all know he was we joke with an Alabama guy every year at the Combine. Tell us how Nick Saban ripped your ass before. What was the best one? What was the best time he was cranky and mean to you? And they all laugh because they're like, well, he's always cranky. But when you win, you don't care. It's like Tom Coughlin with the Giants. Man, this stinks. This stinks. We're hosting the trophy. Oh, Tom, you're awesome. You're amazing. The Giants, this is great. And so that when you're going to coach like that, results they have to happen. And they haven't happened quite there yet to where, everybody's jumping on the bandwagon.
Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.